All right, everyone. Hello and welcome. Today's training, we have the Fitness Mindset Masterclass. So, this is a deep dive and one of the most important topics in you achieving your goal. If we don't dial in here, you're not going to see progress. You're not going to get to your goal. So, we're going to really open this up and make sure that you have a good understanding. And this is all in terms of fitness. So you might know some of these areas and how they apply in other aspects, but this has to relate to fitness, okay? So what are we going to cover in this training? Why is this important? The theory of constraints, skills, character traits, beliefs, and time, and then the concept of ready, fire, aim, all right? So why is this important? I'm going to open it up by talking about having an optimistic mindset. So this is really a non-negotiable rule for long-term success. What do I mean by optimistic? So we have negativity over here. We have optimism, and then we have positivity. So many times people are on one side of the aisle or the other, and they're not in the middle. And what do I mean by that? I've worked with people that, you get them going and they're just so gung ho, I got this. And inside, this individual is thinking, I'm going to continue to lose weight. I'm going to get there, no problem. Like nothing bad's going to happen. I got this. They hit that wall, they fall down, they're out. You don't see them for 3-4 weeks, maybe ever again. Okay. And then, of course, there's the people on the other side of the aisle that's like, I'm never going to lose 20 pounds. This is too hard. I don't like this. Right. We want to be in the middle of that. So we want to recognize that there's going to be amazing things that happen in your journey, but there's also going to be really challenging things that happen in your journey. And as long as you keep an open mind about both, experience the good, experience the bad, and keep moving forward, you will get to your goal. So really, it's important that we can only progress to the limits of who you are as a person. That's so true. Like if you have limiting beliefs, I can't help you. We have to work through those together and get on the other side of those to continue to see progress. So that's why focusing on growing as an individual is going to be a critical part of the journey in achieving your desired goals. All right, I love this topic. So the theory of constraints. Achieving your fitness goals follows a similar process to overcoming obstacles in any other area of life. You'll make progress until you hit your next barrier. So let's think about it like this. We have a workout routine. We're pushing ourselves really hard, but we hit a plateau. So it's like having a kink in the hose. Once we identify identify and address the limitation, you can then continue to make progress. Now, a lot of times people will say, well, my plateau is that I'm not losing weight. That is not your plateau. That is an outcome from a constraint. So if you're not losing weight, there's a constraint somewhere down on the hose that we haven't fixed yet. We're trying to move forward, but we have to go back and address that. So let's talk about those three categories, okay? So we have skills, character traits, and belief systems. All right, so let's say it's a skill issue. The kink is a skill issue. Our form is just terrible. Like we're not dialing in on the form. Our range of motion is not where it needs to be, okay? We have to fix that first to then see progress. You can't expect the half repetitions and whatnot to get you to your goal. If it's nutrition, if you just can't dial in there, we need to just keep hitting it, keep figuring it out until we do, and then we can move forward. Say it's a characteristic trait issue. So you're just not consistent, okay? You're not losing weight because you're not consistent. Or that's the plateau, is that you're not consistent. That's the constraint. It could be a belief system. So body image, self-worth. You might just not think you're worthy of this goal. And I'm telling you, that's going to bleed into your effort. Like your effort is going to be capped because of that image of, that self-worth issue that you have. Okay. So again, you're not losing weight because of a kink back here. So working together, obviously that's how we want to establish what those limitations are, hit the limitation, break through it until we hit the next one, and we break through that one. And that is how you're going to achieve this goal. All right, fitness skills. So a skill is anything that you do that you can improve on. You improve by doing. You just got to do the thing as much as possible. That's what I tell people. Just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. You got to reflect though. So we have to see like where we're at, what are our strengths and weaknesses. Obviously actively learning and mentorship. So that's why you're here, which is fantastic. So we dialed that part in. But the most important skill to master in your fitness journey is going to be adherence. So just sticking to it. Let's get it. Like we are not again, there's going to be setbacks. We're going to have those negative portions, but we're not falling off, taking 2 weeks off. Like we are adhering to the plan. So this is broken up into several components and they're not ranked. So we have consistency, motivation, right? Planning, accountability, which is a big reason you're here, and then resilience, so just pushing through those obstacles. All right. So mastering these will ensure that you stay committed to your fitness journey and you're always progressing to your goal. All right, so we have character traits. So achieving a fitness goal is hard. And if it was easy, everyone would be doing it left and right. People would just be getting six packs, but it's not easy, right? And that's why not a lot of people are doing it. Our most successful clients are often the ones who have gone through a lot of hardships in their lives and developed the deep characteristic traits from their experiences. And that's really like, guys, this is not one of those things you come in, you just do and it's going to happen overnight. Like we have to be okay with getting uncomfortable. We have to be okay with the harder things in this journey. So we have some characteristic traits and just kind of identify which one you need to work on the most. And again, it's like the kink in the hose, like start there. So we have courage, right? So just doing the thing that needs to get done even when it's scary. Resilience, pushing through. Like when you get down, get back up. Being resourceful. So there's always a solution. You just have to find it. Not just throwing your hands up in the air when a machine is taken, right? What mimics that motion? Like you know what I mean? Gyms get busy sometimes. Optimism. So without optimism, you're going to burn out and you're not going to last. Humility. Being open to learning things that you don't know. This is a big one I see people get caught up in. I have heard too many times, oh, I know what works for me. And I say, well, do you? And that's okay though. It's okay to not know what it is you need to do. That's what mentorship is. Awareness. You have to be able to spot your strengths and weaknesses. So identify what they are, overcome, and just be aware. Patience. You must be willing to play the long game. The journey could take anywhere from 6, 9, 12, 15 months to really reach that initial goal. And then it's all about just maintaining that goal. Okay, so your beliefs will hold you back more than anything. Okay, you're not responsible for the beliefs that were instilled in you as a child. So a lot of the times, people might say like, "Oh, this just runs in our family," or whatnot. It's overcoming those belief systems that were just instilled earlier on is going to be a big, big component of forward trajectory. Okay, saying things to yourself like, "I'm not good enough. I'm not worth blank. I can't do that." They can do that because of this. So like they're able to do this because of their genetics or this, that, and the other thing, right? That's not the mindset you want to be in. That's a fixed mindset. So having a growth mindset, so just wanting to try new things, being inspired by other people's success, learning from failure. Those are all the things that are just going to keep you going in your journey. All right, I love these 4 topics here. So we have imposter syndrome. This is a big one. So you're never going to really feel qualified to do the thing, right? The one who's qualified is the one who's doing it. Okay. You might be in the gym or you might be working out and being like, oh, this isn't meant, like, I'm not qualified to do this, but but you're doing it. So you are qualified. If you're waiting for someone to show up at your door and tell you that you're qualified to start or to have strength and mobility or qualified to have a toned physique, that day is never going to happen. Like no one's going to come to you and say, hey, you're qualified to have a 6-pack. You are qualified because you're doing this, you're taking the steps. All right. And then release attachment. So really just enjoy the process. Okay. If you enjoy the process, then you're going to be less attached to the outcomes. Obviously, we value the outcomes and we want certain things, but that can really get you caught up during this process. So really just decrease your expectations on outcomes, enjoy the process, becoming a new person. And again, those outcomes will transform in front of you. Stop seeking validation. So peers, family members, coaches, friends, etc. We really reassure kids because they don't have enough experience. So seeking validation in fitness is going to hold you back. And not enough people understand, right? And not everything you do is going to work. The fear of failure. So the number one thing that holds people back in fitness is the fear of not getting to their goal. All right. Fitness is an infinite game. It really is. All right. Failure is an opportunity to learn more. And failure does not mean you're stupid, you're unqualified, etc. You're going to fail. It's going to happen. Everything that you're afraid will happen in fitness will happen. It just will, okay? I'm here to tell you that. And then two ways to overcome failure: fail massively. So it'll prove to your nervous system that you will still live. And learn to control the negative voices in your head. I know all of this is easier said than done. So time, big component here. Just number one, being willing and able to broaden your time horizon. Okay. You're never going to look back and say, I really wish I would have gotten to that milestone in 3 months instead of 12. Like if you got there in 12 months, you're not going to say, I should have gotten there in 3 yet, but I got there in 12. You got there. And that is what matters. The reason people fail is because they quit. That's the only people that actually fail are the people that quit. So just keep going. And the last thing, actually, I'll just go right into it. Love this concept, guys. Ready, fire, aim. Do not let perfection stop you from succeeding. So many times, people are aiming. They're ready. They're aiming. They're looking all over the place. It's January. Too busy at the gyms. I gotta wait till February till it calms down. But February this, and then March that. I'll start and just go. Just do the thing and go. So you're ready, just go. And then where do you need to adjust, right? That's one of the biggest things I tell people is like they're so scared to go to the gym and like fail and like not know what they're doing, but just go and then okay, let's adjust. Was that time too busy for you? Or, what did you learn from going? And just adjust and get better. So we really want to get into that, execution. So we're ready, we're firing, we're aiming. Execution trumps knowledge 9 out of 10 times. Of course, it's important to learn, but and that's really it, guys. So appreciate you being here. If you apply a lot of these concepts of developing your character traits during this process, because you're developing your physique and you're going to be changing your habits and doing new things. So, of course, character traits and all sorts of mindset things are going to be very, very helpful. I hope this training was helpful. If you have any questions, just reach out. See you in the next one.